Hello, everyone, and welcome to Immigration Live with Lee. I am your host, attorney Lee Marvin, and I am here today, which is Monday, February 9th, 2026. And I'm here to answer your immigration questions, to provide context, and to really help you understand the craziness which is the current um, atmosphere for immigration. If you have questions, please post your comments in the comment section, your questions. If you're joining us on YouTube, Instagram, or Facebook, or even TikTok, welcome. And I hope you enjoy what I put out there today. But this is only going to be as interesting as your questions or your participation. So please post your questions in the comment sections so I can get to them um, in due course. So there's a lot going on in immigration, as always. Lots of questions relate to how this administration is handling lots of different situations, different changes, different priorities. Um, a lot of talk about the Super Bowl. Even there's a lot going on. So please let me know what your questions are. There's still lots of questions, and I'm trying to find that chat here. There's lots of questions, even still relating to the pause, the 75 country pause. I've had lots of questions about that. People are wondering what they can do, what they can't do, and whether they're doomed to never be reunited with their families. So I'm here to tell you that this pause is in effect for those 75 countries. I'm not going to mention those countries, of course. You can find that information on my website or my YouTube channel or the government website. But basically, those countries are very clearly listed by the government, and they're under a pause, of course. The pause is relating to immigrant visas. So it's not like some of the banned or partially banned countries where it relates to everything almost. It relates strictly to the immigrant visas, so green cards. So if you have a green card that you want to file for your family, you can still do that. It's just the government will stop you right before they make a decision. So it's on pause. So you can still file, you can still move forward, even through the interview process. And sometimes this takes a year and a half. So that's why I'm encouraging lots of people to continue to move forward. Don't stop your immigration process. Um, Thank you very much. God bless you too. So the off topic, hopefully, is how good I look, but not the immigration pause business. But I appreciate that, Cecilia, very much. But I'm telling clients left and right, don't stop filing for your immigration because you think that the government won't let you do it, because these processes take a year and a half, sometimes even longer, depending on the relationship. And if you are scared away from moving forward, which I argue is kind of what the government is trying to do, is to stop people from trying to immigrate, then the government wins. But in reality, they're not going to decide your case for a year and a half anyway. So keep moving forward. So that way, when the pause is lifted, your process is ready to move forward and your loved one is that much closer to you, loved one or loved ones. Okay. So that's the biggest takeaway that I've been giving clients recently, because they're still worried about this pause business. Um, and again, I'm getting questions and comments here. I don't want to ignore you all. I just wanted to finish what I was saying there, which is immigrant visas don't stop. It'll get there eventually, but there's ways around the process. There's other types of visas that you can get in order to be reunited, even if the pause is ongoing. you can still be reunited with your family and wait for that pause to be lifted. So that's all I'm going to say about it right now. Yusuf, how are you doing? Thank you for joining. I know you join regularly, so I certainly appreciate that. Okay, so 1 second here. Okay, Yusuf, let me show this for the good of the group here. How much is required to sponsor a spouse for an I-130? U.S. citizen, basically is $40,000 enough. Okay, so $40,000 is enough. Okay, I forget what the limit is, but 40,000 is over that limit. So if you're making that kind of money for the last 3 years, you're in good shape to sponsor a loved one for an immigration process. So Yusuf, I hope that helps you. If you have more questions, as always, reach out to me, and that goes for everyone. Reach out to me. I can post the contact information on here. You can always go to my webpage for more information. But I believe, Yusuf, that it's around $25,000 or more, depending on the relationship and how many people you're sponsoring. So 40 is a very healthy amount of money for that. Okay. So there's my webpage. I just posted that in case people have questions. If you want to book a time to talk to me directly, that's how you do it. I don't want to forget, every week I say this. Please tell me where you're joining me from. So state, country, I really care, and so does everyone who's on here, because again, you realize how small this world really is when you start making those connections with people. So go ahead and let me know where you're joining from, and I would love to make connections with you. Okay, so let's see here. Okay. So here's a question. This is from K Mercy. 1 second here. Your case is at the National Visa Center, and they asked me for your sponsor. How long does it take for the National Visa Center to approve your sponsor? Well, if it's a financial sponsor and it's not the actual person who sponsored you for the immigration process, that's a different question. So it really depends. There's more to the story than what you have here. So I really can't answer the question fully. So again, if you want to reach out to me, you can do that by using the link that I already posted. Okay. So let's see here. Okay. So happy Monday to you too, Danielle. I appreciate it very much. Say hi to everyone else on here. Appreciate it very much. Central New York. We got a friend joining us from Central New York. Matthew, welcome to the program. As always, if you have questions, please post it on the chat there. Okay. From the countries just added to the list. Okay, so this is for Tam. Is adjustment status still available for people from countries just added to the list? If we're talking about the pause countries, then you can still file, you can still go all the way through to the interview, but currently they're not going to approve your adjustment of status or green card if you're from one of those pause countries until the pause is lifted, or they take it on a case-by-case basis and approve it. There's always exceptions. So if you're on that list, you do have to work around that, but you can still move forward with the vast majority of the entire process. You can go all the way to the end. You just won't get approved until the government changes their policy. Okay, so I hope that helps. Tam, if you have questions, you can click the link and you can reach me directly and I can help you figure this out. Okay. Okay. And Tam is joining us from New York. So thank you, Tam, for joining us. Fairbanks, Alaska. We got a friend, Brian. My uncle used to live in Fairbanks, and he really enjoyed it there. So thank you for joining us from Fairbanks. slightly different time zone than Eastern, so I appreciate you joining us in your early to mid morning, I believe. So thank you, Brian. Let's see here. Let's go over to okay. So I'm going to go over to Instagram, see what we have. Lots of people on Instagram. Thank you for joining from Instagram. Let's see here. Um, okay, here's a question. Applied for citizenship in October. Whenever the interview happens, do I need to give 20 questions or 10 questions? So you're definitely part of the new test. So they're definitely going to require the 20. So make sure that you are studying hard, studying the right version of the test, which you can find on the government website. If you need to reach out to me, one of my staff can provide you that correct information. Dr. Shweta. So reach out and I'll make sure that we keep you on the right track. So Rise Jerusalem, renewing the driver's license, work permit, and social security is okay. That question probably was related to the pause. And yes, if you already have legal status in the United States, this pause doesn't impact you at all. You can continue to do all the things that you always were able to do. It just pertains to new requests for green card. So that's how the pause works. So if you already have it, you're good to go. You can continue to move forward with that. So that shouldn't be a problem for you. Okay. Let's see here. So, and again, your follow-up question is adjustment of status. How long does it take to get that permanent residency through adjustment of status? It depends who's filing, and it depends on where you are and the relationship. In my cases with my clients, if it's a marriage-based green card request for someone inside the United States, it's been taking less than 9 months for my clients. It's been going lightning fast, and we're all very happy when that happens. It can take up to a year and a half or longer, depending on your immigration history, though. So, so if you have more questions about that, I have a link that I posted where you can reach out to me, and this pertains to everyone, but specifically Rise Jerusalem 73. If you need to reach out to me, that's how you do it, okay? Let's see here. You're right. They do change. It seems like they're changing some significant area of immigration every week or so, and it's really frustrating. But that's why you're here, is so you can get the right information, so you can continue to move forward and you don't give up on your immigration journey. So that's my biggest advice, is to not give up, not stop. Okay. Okay, so you're saying that they have a U visa and they're moving forward based on the U visa status. So that's good. They can definitely do that. Let's see, who else do I see on here? Patty CBC, hello. You join very regularly and I appreciate that. So welcome to the program again. Let's see who else is on here. Okay, now I'm going to go back over to YouTube and Facebook here and TikTok. If you have any questions, post them in the comment section, okay? And let me know what I can do to help you move forward with your process, okay? Okay, some of these questions I don't understand, or they're mean-spirited, so I'm kind of skipping over some of them. Yes, indeed. Okay. Okay. Yep, people waste their time trying to waste our time, and very, very disrespectful people too. So I'm gonna go ahead and block this person because you have no class. So bye bye. Okay. Okay. So yes. Kooky, you are very right. Kindness is the highest level of wisdom. That is fantastic. I appreciate that very much. So we can all point fingers and treat people like garbage, but that really is more of a reflection on ourselves than other people. So thank you for that, Kooky. Um, so ancient lad. Okay, here's a question, ancient lad. Are the banned countries a lost cause? No, I don't think so. It seems like the paused countries are getting all the help in terms of lawsuits and litigation, but not the banned countries. That's a good point. I don't think it's a lost cause at this point in time. I think these politics filters very slowly. Eventually, things will move forward. The government, they have reasons, justifications for doing things, and that's what litigation is all about. I don't think it's a lost cause. I mean, anything in politics is a timing issue because eventually somebody else is going to get elected, and then the policies flip the other way. And it might seem like a long time, but that's never a permanent thing. So, ancient lad, don't give up hope. We will continue to see progress with this. Just don't give up hope. It'll happen eventually. Okay, let's see here. So, let's see. Okay. Yeah, let's see. Da da. Yeah, some really weird comments here tonight. I don't really get it. Okay. So, what kind of legitimate questions do we have? Um, okay, one second here. Okay, so okay, so Chris, you asked this. Um, so hopefully you see that I took down that post. That's what you asked before. So I definitely am trying to look out. It's hard to do. Things move very quickly here. Um, so yes, friend needs an attorney. I've got the link on there. If you wanted your friend to reach out to me, I welcome your friend to do that. So just go ahead and put your friend in touch with me, and I can help with whatever they need help with. Okay. Um, okay. Yeah, I agree, Fiona. Okay, so here's a legitimate question from somebody who is actually here to improve upon themselves or other people. Um, do I have to carry the original green card, or will a legible copy work for fear of losing it? Um, that's a tough one because the government immigration says that you need to carry your actual green card with you at all times. Um, because I tell you what, if you are stopped by immigration and you don't have your original green card and you just have a copy, under this current administration, I would expect them to not be quite so friendly to you if you do that. But I get what you're saying, not wanting to lose your green card or damaging it. But the law says you're supposed to carry it with you at all times. So there's that. Um, let's see here. Okay. So let's see here. Ancient land, you're welcome. Um, okay, let's see here. Okay, King Kang. I received my 10-year green card through marriage. After how many years can I apply for citizenship? Great question. So, if it's through marriage, 3 years. You are eligible to naturalize if you're married to a U.S. citizen who sponsored you after 3 years. Otherwise, it's 5 years. So, if you already have a 10-year green card, um, if you're past the 2-year removal of conditions, then you have the 3-year naturalization, and you can do it at that point in time. If you have questions beyond that answer that I gave you, please reach out to me. helping a lot of people removal conditions and with their naturalization. Okay, here. Okay. Question from Fiona. Can they denaturalize people easily as they are claiming? No, it takes a process to remove someone's citizenship. It's a burdensome process that the government historically has not really taken a whole lot of time unless the person really has done bad things, and then they can denaturalize them. Usually it's related to fraud. So it's not even criminal histories, it's fraud in moving forward with the green card process. So basically, the presumption is you obtain naturalization when you shouldn't have, but you lied to us. So therefore, you really aren't naturalized. It's based on fraud, and that is something that they can denaturalize people over. But it does take time and effort, and usually the government doesn't spend the money to do it. But they might be changing that position, so that might be something that you would have to do. Okay. So hello to you, Alex. Thank you for your greetings. I don't know where you're joining from, but welcome to the program. Okay. Will you or can you be deported if you are homosexual? No, heck no. That's not a crime. To be homosexual is not a crime. So no, absolutely 100% no, you cannot be deported for that. Okay. This does not violate immigration law or any other law. Okay. So hopefully you don't stress out about that, because it's not really worth your time to stress out about. Okay. Okay, let's see here. Okay. So I'm reading this question. Can you explain? So this is a question. Can I explain the difference between a lawyer and a criminal lawyer? Well, a criminal lawyer is just a lawyer that practices criminal law. A lawyer is a lawyer, and we can practice any area of law. I practice immigration law. So hopefully that answers your question, Nettie. If there's more to the question, hopefully I can get to it, but yeah, pretty solid answer there. Okay. Okay. Okay, and this is a friend on Facebook, Mito. You're waiting for USCIS to approve your fiance visa request. The first step in the fiance visa. It's been more than 14 months. Any advice? It is very tough for you. I can imagine. I've never had one of these take that long. So I don't know what was filed or how it was filed, but it seems as though it was not done correctly. I usually have them take 9 months. So 14 months is a very long time. Beyond that, I can't tell you. I don't know if you filed yourself or someone else tried to help you and just botched it. So, so yeah, there's not a whole lot we can do about that. So, okay. Let's see what else we have. Da, 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 da. Okay, here's a question. How long do fiancé visas get denied, or how often with a large age gap? I've never had one denied. I've had large age gaps. I mean, if you're a consenting adult, at it, and you show that you meet the requirements of fiancé visa, they don't deny it because they think that your age is too much. They may have trouble seeing that there's a legitimate bona fide relationship if there's a massive disparity between the two. But it all depends on how well the case is filed. Okay. So if you have questions, if you need help with this and you haven't filed yet, reach out to me. Okay. because I've helped clients many, many times in the past with large age gaps, and I've never been denied. Okay. Okay. Um, okay. Okay. Let's see here. Yep. Lots of angry people. I see that. I'm not going to post it. You guys can see it. Very polarizing time right now with immigration, and I certainly understand the sentiment. Seems unfair, um, but on the other side, a lot of people think it's justified. Um, so I hear what you're saying. Um, okay, a lot of comments and valid comments, you guys. Is as long as you're not mean spirited, I don't have a problem with these very intense opinions. That's what this is all about. I appreciate it very much. I don't tolerate people, attacking others, of course, but so far you guys are good. Um, okay. Uh, so again, another question. So spaghetti and beer. Will you be deported because you're gay, married to someone who's gay? You're not openly gay. Well, if you're married to a man, then you probably are openly gay. But um, you're saying that he is very obviously out there in the community. Maybe is what you're saying. You're not at risk because, like I answered the question earlier, someone else, it's not illegal to be gay. It doesn't violate immigration law, so you don't have to worry. Okay. Um, okay. Let's see here. Okay. Um, breaking brick news. I do not help people expunge criminal records because I'm not a criminal attorney, so I can't help you with there. Okay. Um, here's a question. All right. Is there any evidence that people who were granted permanent residency under Biden are being targeted for extra scrutiny when applying for naturalization? I haven't heard that before. If you have an argument for that, an argument can be made for anything. If you think that there's people out there that are being treated differently, maybe you could run with that. And if you find people to that end, and you find an attorney who's willing to take up the charge and sue the government, that is definitely a possibility. Um, that's going to be tough to prove, but that's always a possibility. Um, so Karen Scott is asking, will you get deported if you have a U visa? No, I don't understand, Karen, why you're asking that. Um, so U visa is a valid immigration process. So because you avail yourself of a valid immigration process, you can't be deported over that because you're following immigration law. So that definitely is not something you have to worry about. Let's see. Let's see. Um, okay. Okay, let's see here. Okay, I'm going to go over to Instagram. I think I probably had a lot of people that I haven't responded to because there's so many people on my YouTube channel. Um, okay. All right. I hope I'm getting a lot of these good questions. It's hard. There's a lot of participation tonight, and quite a lot that's honestly very rude. It's hard to filter through some of these. So I hope that I'm answering the questions that um, are relevant and sincerely asked. Um, So, Rise Jerusalem, very good point. Okay, getting the questions about these expunged backgrounds. Okay, and she makes a very good point. Even if you expunge a criminal history, immigration can still see that stuff. So, depending on what it was, it doesn't go away. It is always viewable by immigration because their job is to protect the United States, citizens, residents, everyone in the United States from people that violate immigration law. So even if you expunge something, if it violates immigration law, it doesn't go away. Okay, that's something that I'm glad Rise Jerusalem put that on here because it's true. I've had people for years asking me about expunging this or that or the other, and I say I don't do it, but it's not really doesn't matter anyway because it's still a part of your history. Um, so thank you for that, Rise Jerusalem. Okay, so okay, okay, all right. So let me go back, see if there's any other questions that I missed on YouTube. Okay, so here's a question about how can you expedite your K-1 visa interview? Application is approved since December 4th. I've never really had them respond positively to expedited requests, especially when it gets to this part of the process. Because really, the National Visa Center, depending on your country, they tend to move quickly if you've got the approval already. But the requests for expediting, I haven't had much success with, even under the Biden administration. It's a thing that is good for PR, but it's never really very effective, in my opinion. Okay. Okay, let's see here. Okay, so okay. Okay. So I guess what I'm seeing is a lot of questions that I think I've answered multiple. We're getting a lot of the same questions at this point in time. I am past my time. So I thank everyone who sincerely was here for good. And those of you who are not, you really don't help anyone, but I think you're probably used to that by now. But I thank everyone who joined. Next week, I'll be here again, 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time or Detroit time to answer your immigration questions. Please come back next week. If you have questions beyond the scope of what I do here on this live session, please reach out to me. My information is on the link. I've put it a couple times, and at the bottom of the screen is my webpage. So reach out. I would love to help you figure this craziness out. I'm here for you. Just reach out. Don't ever give it up in your immigration dream is what I tell people all the time. Even with the pause or the bans, they're always temporary, and this too shall pass. So I hope everyone has a wonderful night. Thank you kindly, and I will see you next week.